Kia ora, I'm John Boy.
And I'm Kels.
We are the run-up.
And this is your retro event, Volume 6 recap for, what is it today?
8th of November.
2025. Eventfinda Stadium out on the North Shore.
Auckland, Tamaki
Makaurau. And we have just gotten home from a massive day out.
A day. It was a day.
And we always say this at our recaps, which is crazy, but wow. Today was probably the biggest one we've had so far.
Yeah, increasingly, each one so far, from Volume 1 up to Volume 6, is just more tables, more vendors, which means more punters, and more money, probably.
Not for us. We ran around. We had a good day. I think we spent yesterday at the Eventfinda Stadium setting up at the tables. There was a nice big group of us getting the tables ready, the chairs, the layout, and then letting the vendors come in to set up, pre-game to get their stuff ready, presentable for today.
Get it all together.
Yep. John Boy and I rolled in. I don't know, we got there about 7 o'clock this morning.
7ish, yeah.
And it was a hive of activity when we got in.
Yeah. And we added to that, put our hands in many places to be of service.
That's right. So we generally will find one person that looks like they need help, and then we will go from there and try and work out. Killed my mic. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. So we got in there and we just checked in with our normal people and just made sure we were where we were needed to be.
Yeah, which was, again, probably the part that I like the most is being of help, being of service, and being able to, allow people to get on with their day, setting up their sites and whatever, and then we can just do all the background work.
Yeah, which is good, because I think once John Boy and I got into the back door, I didn't see him again we just divide and conquer. So I think it was humming for a good hour and a half before we decided that we were going to do a walkthrough. Yeah,
we did a TikTok live, but just after 8?
About 8:30, I think, because we were there was just so much going on. So about 8:30, John Boy and I kind of snuck away. Got ourselves organised, and then just went from table 1 all the way around the outside, and then did a walkthrough of all the tables in between, which was great. But I don't think we realised how long that was going to take us.
Yeah, because we didn't ever have a timeline. We weren't sure how many people were going to be at their stands to be able to interact with them or not, until we kind of got around and then realized probably more than half.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, more than half. I mean, we still had people coming in at 8:30 to set up their tables. So as we were walking around, we were very aware that they were busy. They didn't want to talk to us. They didn't want to show. We had nothing to show all the other people because of them not being quite ready. But we did, I think it took us about 50 minutes to get around the whole block. And that's talking to people we knew.
Yeah.
I think the hard thing with that is by the time we finished, a lot of the VIPs were in, which were people that we knew. So we were being stopped as we were going around to say hello to everybody.
Which was cool. It was cool catching up with the peeps.
It's always lovely. We ran into Craig Byrne, who came up from Nelson, which was really cool, because I kind of turned around and gave me a big hug. I was like, yay, because he was probably the highlight person that I wanted to see. Rams, Lamb Echo 1 was there, and his lovely wife. We could name drop all day.
Yeah.
I think by the time we had started our live, we knew a fair lot of the store holders, and then people were just adding to it as they came in and VIPs.
Yeah, which is real cool, because we not only got to see all of those that were there, which enabled us to have like little catch-ups here and there with
acknowledgements, if you will.
Yeah.
Being able to turn around and go, hey, how you doing? Good to see you here. I'm glad you made the trip. Righty. What were some of the big exhibitions today? We had Beyblades Nationals were happening.
Yeah. That was really cool. Very
rowdy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And there'd be times you're in there, and that's all you could hear was like all the
spinning, the stadiums,
and everyone, yeah.
So that was really cool. They had a blow-up castle type thing that you could go and wrestle on.
Yep.
So that was, I didn't go anywhere near that. That was far too much like exercise.
No, it was already hot enough as it was in there.
And it was like, because we were rolling into summer now, so the aircon was pumping, and the general consensus is once there's lots of bodies in there, it becomes very thick quite fast. But the aircon seemed to keep up this time around. I'm not exactly sure what was the difference this time, but there was a difference, and it was appreciated. It was enough difference for us to not go early like we normally step out about 1 o'clock, and I think we were still there at 2:30. So we saw food. I went and brought some donuts.
Yeah, well, because there was like right at the beginning near the entrance, there was a couple of food stalls.
Candy
there.
Rush and Licorice Delights.
Yeah.
Then there was Bubbles and Brew, and they made bubble tea.
Yep.
And then the donut guy, which, wow, he was a winner. I think I got 4 donuts, and it was like a brandy cream, a vanilla cream, raspberry, and strawberry. Yep. So I didn't eat all of those. I just kind of walked around, found some people, fed them. That was fun. There were food trucks outside. We didn't touch them.
No. And again, I think with the arrival of people at different times, first thing in the morning, it was it meant that you couldn't see everybody all at once, or you had to kind of stagger getting around to see the people. So that meant that the trucks came in. How many trucks were there? Like 4 outside?
4 outside. They were outside with the not Tokyo Drift, the Fast and the Furious cars.
Yep.
There were 8 beautiful cars out there. Oh my goodness, Suki's pink car.
Sparkly out
there. They were
too.
really cool, and so
popping in the sunshine.
That lot of cars, I was caught off guard with. I didn't realize they were going to be there, but we still had 4 inside as well.
Yeah, because it was far more elaborate than last retro, right?
Absolutely. We had more table holders, more vendors, more exhibitions.
Yeah.
So the Fast and the Furious cars, there were 8 of those. We had 4 cars inside, which was just standard, I think. We had Kit from Knight Rider.
Yep.
We had Magnum PI's Ferrari. We had the yellow Camaro, the Beetle Bumblebee, Beetlejuice. And then we also had the
DeLorean.
The DeLorean, that's the one. So all those cars were inside and on display, which were really cool.
Yeah. Kit was mouthing off all day.
Talking so much. So the light was going, I am Kit from Knight Rider. So that was quite cool. As far as the stall holders themselves, the Pokemon clan.
Yeah.
They must have had 24 tables and then another 6 to play on.
There was quite a few people selling cards as well.
Yeah.
A lot of different stalls, and they were quite spread out. So quite likely, if you went to one and saw the same thing at another, you'd be able to pick up a barter.
Yeah. If you were so Pokemon cards, I think there was some Magic the Gathering. I saw some Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I think a majority of what we saw was probably vintage toys. I mean, I spent some cash today.
Well, it's the eye catcher for us, right? Is the retro toys.
Is the retro toys. So anything sort of in the 70s through to the 90s I really like. Everything I brought falls under that umbrella, but there were a lot of vendors and you really had to go poking around for what it was you wanted.
Yeah.
So we were there with our bro Bo from Bot Brothers. So his tables were firing. Errol had Errol, who is the organizer, he had a massive table and a crew of people helping him out. Javier. So this is just at one island.
On island, yeah.
Just by the Beyblades. So Javier, Sinio and Zima, Keith and Natasha, Goffrey and his crew were there. We had we were walking and doing our own thing, but that was our base. That was our base island. And then progressively you had people that were doing I don't want to say arts and craft, but like earrings, retro earrings, Crash Bandicoot, and The Nightmare Before Christmas, really nice stuff like that with matching pins.
Midway through the day, they had the cosplay.
I didn't see a look at that.
I didn't either. I saw a lot of the characters walking around.
Yep.
Which was cool. It was cool. Again, like everything else with the retro, that's definitely gotten bigger.
Community-wise, yeah. So the guy that won it last year, who had the Warhammer
Space Marine,
that thing, he was dressed up as a Ghostbuster this time around, and he was a guest judge for the cosplay. Now, we missed the cosplay. I missed the cosplay because even though we didn't have a table and we weren't technically participating in any of the events, we were on damage control. So I think at that point, that was when an older gentleman had been blocked in by all these cars that had decided to park on the lines, and he was getting quite agitated. And then I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll go and talk to him. So we got on the microphones and called out the 3 people that had illegally parked, and then he managed to get away and everything was happy. So that was all happening.
Yeah, there was someone who lost somebody else.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
They lost each other, lost themselves.
So there were brothers that had come to the front to look for help, and then I had to go find someone with a mic so they could get on the microphone and catch him down. Sean and his brother Brett, yay. But we did manage to reunite them. There was a lot going on in the background that John Boy and I were on walkie-talkies, being able to communicate and try and get stuff done. So
I guess true to the amount of numbers of people that were coming in there.
They were huge.
Straight after, before the doors open to the general public, that line was out in the car park snaking around the cars, and it became a bit of a traffic hazard because all these still cars turning up, either trying to find parks or trying to go around the loop, and then there's this snake.
A wave of people.
Yeah.
So our boy Walker was on crowd control, so he was out there scanning everybody's tickets and getting them in line. At some point, the decision to make 2 lines to come in happened, which made it a lot safer for everyone else coming in. But that boy was working his little tail off for a good hour and a half, scanning tickets and getting people in,
taking care of the logistics.
Yeah, before it even started to calm down. So he did really well. I try and avoid the front. Whew. Like we get wristbands.
So busy,
So we get like helper wristbands, vendor wristbands, and then you've got to scan the tickets of everyone else that's bought them online. They need to turn up. They need to show the ticket. They need the wristband on. And as all this is happening, 6 other people.
There was only a couple of scanners as well, right? So
yeah. So Walker's out there just scanning everyone before the doors open.
Yeah.
We had a few VIP people around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a ticket brought thing. It was more of a guest invite type thing, which was really cool. So we managed to catch up with a lot of people before the crowd started kicking in.
Yep.
It was a lot. I'm tired.
Anyway, it was a long day, and the excitement was non-stop.
Retro Week is my favorite week now. Like it's such a intense week now.
Yeah.
And it used to be quite a hard thing to do because we were having to get stock ready to have our own tables. I don't know that our skill set is to stand at a table.
Well, I think regardless of having a table or not, it still fills the cup.
Yeah. Yep. I love what we're doing as far as being people that can damage control and problem solvers.
Yeah.
So I did take a little budget. It was a huge budget. I blew most of it.
Yeah.
There was an alcohol guy there for the first time, which was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool. I wonder what that licensing looks like for him to be able to do that.
Well, he had all his licensing paperwork on the table.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So
I feel like he would not be able to do that unless that place had its own license.
That's right. Well, because you're making alcohol. So it was a honey mead type. Everything was made with honey. He had vodkas, gins. He had this beautiful, almost lemon lift drink flavored alcoholic RTDs. They were really cool. And I mean, there were just so many people. I think the best vintage toys that I didn't purchase, I would think would have been the vintage Mutu. There were some Thundercats there. What was that little blinky thing?
What happened?
I don't know. I did buy, and we will be showing off at some point, some Mars Attacks, some Star Wars micro machines to go with the ones that I have up the top here.
Likely on our live on
Thursday on TikTok. Yep, I brought some Snorks. That was my big buy. And I spent some money on those. Like
they look really good though.
I feel dirty. Like there's no way that PVC toys this size should be the amount that I paid for. But that was my big purchase, as well as the alcohol. So we brought a dozen RTDs and a big bottle of
honey mead
stuff. And that's just purely out of I know what that is. That's chat.
Oh, because we turned off?
Sorry, we just realised that idle chat messages.
All messages are visible. Are they?
Are they?
Visible to who?
Oh, well, I don't know. If you are chatting to us, we can't see it right now. I don't know what's going on. See,
what are we missing?
We were going to absolutely TikTok this bad boy. It says live chat. See? Can you see that there?
Oh.
See, I can see a chat. I don't know why it's not showing. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
Glitchy.
We can't see the chat.
I guess we've not done a live on YouTube for a while.
Sorry, guys.
I just got sucked into the void and stepped back out again.
I bet if we flip this bad boy, it will.
Yeah.
So you can see it. It's right there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Sorry to the two people that are in here watching this.
Yeah.
Absolute horrific
if you
car
leave
crash.
Just yell really loud. We hear you.
Anyway, back to the retro.
Yo.
So I think there were 200 plus vendors, as many tables. Bot Brothers was all Transformers. There were so many boxed console games. Consoles. Yeah, there were shit tons of them.
Yeah. It was really good to see.
Yeah, there was a guy that was doing vintage games, and he was selling like an Amiga and I think it was an Atari 800 or something ridiculous. And he was selling those. So that guy that was set up on the wall, he was actually selling all the machines.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff there.
So much good stuff. There's a lot of arcade games that were great.
Yeah, because again, they had the game set up along that wall where the entry was.
Yeah.
Playing Halo, and then all the old vintage gaming on the old CRT screens.
Sonic. There was Sonic 2. There was Space Invaders. There was old school games. So that was. I had a crack on those yesterday, actually. So that was lots of fun. There were a lot of remove the eyebrows. There were a lot of not arts and craft, but people that made their own clothing that were retro based as far as that stuff goes. But they also had games and toys that they were selling with action figures. It was, I
forget the name of that store, but there was that one lady that was definitely, they shared all of those denim.
Broke Society.
Yeah,
Broke Society. So Broke Society had some really cool denim jackets that had.
Yeah, because I remember looking at that stuff last time and going, that's really cool.
Yep.
Very creative, very artistic.
Yep. Iron Age Comics was there. He had such a massive lot of stuff, but nothing I wanted. The vintage games, I think I saw Pac-Man and a boxed Merlin, which I've never seen a box for the Merlin, so that was crazy. I know, what did everyone buy? I did go around trying to look at what everyone had been buying from the retro. I know some Zoids were purchased. Someone brought a Mousetrap game. That was Steve. I know, I don't know anyone that left there empty-handed or unhappy about it. The other guy's selling swords, like when they 3D
printed swords,
armor,
fully laid,
armor knights, I think his name was, and he was selling swords left, right, and center. People were what were they?
Either purchasing them and or ordering them.
Yeah, so he did really well. I saw someone selling crystals and obsidian toys, obsidian figurines, so they were a little unusual. Our boy Morgan, who makes our retro shirts and our caps. Printed tees. So
printed tees and caps,
Yep. What did I get from him? So we had our caps, which is up here. The boys that made these caps were there, and they were selling they were doing designer caps as you waited for them. So that was quite cool. And then there was a girl from Airport Oaks that was selling embroidered shirts, but she had like Pokemon.
I saw some God of War stuff.
Kratos.
Yeah, some Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Yeah. It was a big day and probably the busiest one we've had. I'd love to. I'm looking forward to seeing the numbers.
Definitely the busiest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the numbers coming through as to how many people actually came through. We sold out of magazines. We sold out of, I think, the retro bags that were being sold there. It was an event and a half, and I'm really looking forward to the 2 next year.
Yeah.
So we've got one in June over at the Dewdrops in Manukau, and then November 21st. So those are our 2 dates for the next 2 retros. I think, considering how much we've enjoyed the last 2 more than the rest, I think John Boy and I will probably just run around like crazy people and, as he says, be of service.
Yeah.
We will likely try and set up some time because we planned to sort of interview people and talk to them about retro, and then it just became so busy.
Well, I think it was that busy that it made it more difficult than it
the hassle
could have been.
Yeah. And because we spent the first hour of our day running a live through TikTok, going to all the tables, talking to everybody we'd run into, I don't expect that to be about 30 minutes, but then it ran closer to an hour, and then after that, like, done.
And that was with like minimal interruption as well.
Yeah, we were booting it.
Yeah, a couple of high fives here and there, but it meant that the rest of the time was us getting footage, so doing the live.
Yeah, just rocking through. And some people were really keen, and like I had a little microphone, and they grabbed the microphone out, and they're like, "Welcome to my channel." Yeah. She was funny.
Yeah.
And then she like did a whole speech about what she was selling, where she was and stuff. And I thought, we need more of that.
Yeah. Definitely rehearsed.
We got a massive stack of business cards, which we'll go through on our live TikTok.
Yeah.
And that is just because, our recaps are for about the day.
Yeah, and we want to give props to those that were at least interactive with us, and the one that get have their
business cards,
shout out.
Yeah. And because I think for a lot of people, they know John Boy and I, when we're there, we're those people that help out. If you need anything done, give us a tap. We will make it happen.
Yeah.
And so not too many people. They didn't really worry about what we were up to, like. If they wanted to they needed us to do something.
I didn't even see anybody do the old.
Be embarrassed by us.
No, go away.
Celebrities this time round. We had Jimmy Jackson come in again.
Yeah.
So that's his second time in, which bodes really well for us. If he's coming in without being asked and that's his jam, then it was really good to see him.
Because he's a big card collector, right?
Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon card. He's just popped open his retro drinks, cordial, so that's really exciting.
It is. That's cool that there's a correlation there.
I think so.
In the naming.
Yeah.
Titles.
Jordan from the morning shift, which I'm a big fan of. I happen to be wearing a singlet today. So he came in and I was fizzing. So I went over to say hello, welcome, and all the rest of it. And Walker, who was with me, dapped him up and started chatting to him for quite a bit, so that was quite cool. My kids' teachers were there, like no one was safe. Everybody was there, and even the kids, your kids came along.
Yeah. Not that they're celebrities, but my kids and my partner came along. And even all my kids, actually.
All his kids, his whole family. So his 2 younger ones, they came in first thing in the morning. Spent mum and dad's money.
Which I think that was, for anybody that came, that was like the best time to be in. Not only because there's more stuff on the tables, but I guess if you're in that line, it meant that you were already parked.
Yep.
And anybody else who came after that and had to sit at the back of the line must have taken ages just to get into a car park and then had to line up as well.
Some bullshit.
But yeah, so that was really cool. That was really cool to have the whānau there. That's
the big boy came in.
Yeah, he came in, and 5 minutes later, he's thrown like $200.
Bought some skateboards.
Bought a couple of decks. And they look really good too. He reckons he's going to ride one and then put the other on the wall.
Yeah,
because they're all airbrushed. He had one that was the Perfect Cell, airbrushed on the bottom side.
Oh, I've almost got a Limit Break.
Limit Break, that's right.
Limit Break skateboards.
And the other one was the no, it's gone.
It's gone. But what we're saying is there were 3 generations of his family there, because his older boy's in the 20s and he's got 2 younger ones.
Yeah.
And they all came at different times and they loved it.
Yeah. My boys, the young ones were fizzing. They were like, "Oh, I want to come again next year." Like, yeah, that's you, my bro.
Yeah. And they're probably at that age now that if I can convince his missus to pick up my kids on the way, they can all go together.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to work. They can't come in with us at 6 in the morning.
Yeah. My 9-year-old was pushing me, "Dad, I'll come with you in the morning." No, I'm working.
But we saw, that was the big celebrities that I saw. There was a gentleman that talks political commentary that I follow that I saw at the last.
Oh, I saw that, bro, too.
Paul, yeah. And then when I approached him and said hello, and there's kisses and hugs and stuff like that, and I was like, "Hey, so good to see you. Welcome back."
Yeah.
But then other than that, unless you were, not on our radar, those were probably the big names I saw.
Yeah. I didn't see it. Well, there were people there that I recognised, but I have no idea where from. Which could have been, they might have been at the last retro, or just people I've seen around in general.
Yeah. But the winner on the day were the toys.
Yeah, 100%. Which is what it should be directed at.
Yeah. So there was a gentleman there that was selling books, and he was like, "Okay, and jigsaws." There was a guy next to him selling jigsaws, and he was like, "I was like, how are you doing? It's not very well." I was like, "You're probably not.
You're not quite the right niche."
Right place to be doing stuff. But he had fun. So I think even if that was his last retro, it was a good one. Yeah.
What's not to find entertaining about the day when you have all of that there, and then all the people who are excited to be there, and things like that, like the cosplay. I really found it cool to just be looking anywhere and you see people costumed up.
There were a lot of furries.
Yeah.
Like, see the looks on our faces. It was an odd thing because it was so hot, and they had full furry heads on with wolves. And
they
stuff
were
like that.
Committed.
They were sweating balls. There's no way.
Yeah. There's not a chance that they weren't, sweltering in those headgear.
But I think overall the toys are great. The socializing was peak.
Yeah.
There were so many people there, and I think after a while, even the vendors who saw us running around all morning were quite cool about coming up and having conversations with us and about how we got into the game, and how did we score the job of running around? How do you get that job?
We're just good at it.
We just turn up. That's how that is. But I don't think there's anything else really.
Not really. Again, toys were the winner on the day. I was happy to help make it happen.
Yep. So enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. Hold on. Enthusiastic 2 thumbs up.
4 thumbs.
Okay, 4 thumbs. Would do again. And hopefully at the June 13th one, we will be at Dewdrops.
Remember Dewdrops, June the 13th.
Yep. And so we will be causing trouble out in South Auckland for a couple of years. It sounds like it'd be really good if any one of y'all could come down and
come down, find you a bargain.
Yeah. We have some possible social events that we must attend, so we're going to go and get excited about that. But our day's not over.
No, not by a long shot.
Not by a long shot. So we are gonna sign off now, I think, and
Yes.
then get on with our day.
Okay.
So
Been cool chatting with you.
yep. We'll probably post this on YouTube later on. We're gonna check out the chat. I'm so sorry that I didn't even register with me that we didn't have a chat.
Little plicky happen over there.
Yeah, we'll work it out. But yeah, I'm Kels.
I'm John Boy.
And that's us.
Thank you for watching the run up.